Back to the 7% pay cut for your political staff, Premier. To what degree is this signal, as your government is entering negotiations and looking at the wages of other people, a much larger group who are on the Alberta taxpayer payroll, and are you prepared personally, if you decide to go this route with others, when the protesters march on the legislature of everything under the sun?
Well, let me start by reminding folks that MLAs and ministers have been leading by example. Not only did all MLAs take a voluntary 5% pay cut last year, and I took a 10% cut, that's on top of a 5% pay cut for Alberta MLAs under Jim Prentice's government in 2014. So basically, MLAs they've taken a 10% pay cut. The Premier's job pays 15% less than it did 5 years ago. Both of those cuts, I would stress, made under Conservative governments, not under NDP government. And I'll also remind people, there is no MLA pension plan. There is no severance. Those things were taken away a long time ago. So I believe that and now with the political staff taking a 7% cut, which is very significant, we are doing what the public expects of us, which is to lead by example. And what I would say to the good people who work in the broader government sector in Alberta is we value them, the work they do, the services they deliver. But all of us are in this together. The Alberta economy is 20% smaller today than it was 5 years ago. Half of that was the economy shrinking pre-COVID, and half of that has been this global recession. We have I think the highest unemployment in Canada, certainly with the exception of Newfoundland, that we probably have a real unemployment rate of 15%. But that masks the reality of the hundreds of thousands of private sector families who are making do with less, who have seen huge cuts in their income. I mean, I have friends I have one friend who works for an energy company who's just gone through his third round of wage rollbacks, and he's a mid-level employee making 1/3 less than he did a few years ago. So here's the point. With 25% of Alberta government revenues disappearing because of the global recession, with private sector families making less and less, with a huge number of private sector people who have experienced layoffs, we expect everyone to play a part in helping to get our finances back on track, gradually and carefully in a prudent way. That has to start at the top. It starts with me, with MLAs, and the folks that work directly with us in the legislature.